Hello, Macadorish Football Fan TV. This is the player ratings from Republic of Ireland nil, Ukraine 1 from the Aviva Stadium. I'm not that long home from the game, and the disappointment still hasn't gone away. They obviously had the goal that was disallowed in the 37th minute, which I thought should have been disallowed anyway for the foul on Knight, but that was the warning signs were there. We should have had a penalty, in my opinion, which I forgot to mention on the after-match reaction. And I also forgot to mention how bad the ref was for us, especially in the first half. Ogbenny was consistently getting fouled, so was Knight, and Robinson should have had a penalty as well. So I just want to put that out there just before I begin. And obviously they get their goal in the 47th minute straight from half time. But look, we're here to do the player ratings. So I'm going to get in and do the player ratings. Again, look, I look at it, it's not a game where, defensively we looked bad or anything like that. I think it was more a case of we're so open, that we invite things onto us like shots from distance a lot of the time. Look, I'm going to start off in goals, and you can come along and join in the comments as well. But in goals, I have Queevy and Kelleher there, and should he have done better for the goal? I haven't seen the goal back, but when I watched it live, I kind of felt sorry for him. It's one of those balls that is whipped into an area in which, you can't, as a defender and a goalkeeper, it's one of those balls you hate defending. And some people were saying he was at fault. He shouldn't have let it bounce, and he should have came in and got it. So I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think of that one. But I'm gonna have to give him a 5. Based on overall, I thought he was quite good. I would have given him a 6, bar that goal not going in. So it's hard to give him anything else because all the other shots were mainly straight at him. It's not like he pulled out like worldy saves or anything like that, or had much to do. To be honest, a lot of the time when the ball went back to him, he just kind of hoofed it clear, which was fine. That's kind of what you want your goalkeeper to do. But I think Bazunu is better at finding passes, and I think Matt Doherty's a big loss as well. I think he's a huge outlet for us, and I think during these games you kind of see that. Cyrus Christie just is no comparison. So Queevy Keller gets a 5 from me. Nathan Collins, for me, he gets an 8, and it's hard to say that with losing 1-0, but I just thought he was absolutely excellent, and he made so many blocks, and even the block at the end from the goal scorer. Even at that, he blocked him off, and then he hit the bar. He made him hit the bar with that chance. So I just thought Collins throughout, he looked levels above even from the start of the game. He was just doing things at ease, and just kind of looking like it was almost too easy for him at times. Then beside him, Shane Duffy, I'm gonna give him a 6 again. I don't think Duffy was bad. He was probably our most attacking threat, to be honest with you. What's new? But I thought he done well. In that sense, unlucky as well not to score. He rattled the bar with a good shot, and tried some like bicycle kick or something like that in the first half, and basically it she set up the chance for Knight, I would have said. So I'm gonna give Shane Duffy a 6. Maybe if he had scored, I could have gone up to a 7 or an 8, but I'm gonna give him that this time around. Then John Eagan, I'm gonna give him. What to give John? He wasn't bad. He wasn't brilliant either. He didn't have a whole lot to do. I'm gonna give him a 6. I don't think he was, at fault for anything. Picked up an injury and went off early enough, so I'm gonna give him a 6. I don't think. I'm not sitting here irate going, "Oh, our defense was so bad," and they were at fault for anything, because they don't think they were. I'm gonna give John Eagan a 6. Some people might say I'm being generous with that. Let me know in the comments. Cyrus Christie, I'm going to give a 5 to. I was hoping that he would come in and make a claim for a spot, but he didn't. He started off the game well, done okay, and I don't know, maybe it's the lack of options that we have up there, but he didn't really get high that often. Sorry, my dog is kicking off with a cat over there, so I just have to keep my eye on that. Cyrus Christie, for me, he gets a 5, but I don't think he was absolutely woeful. I thought in the first half he done okay, but overall, when you're kind of looking at the scheme of things, what his job was to do is to try and maybe get up and down and help create chances. I thought he started well, as I said, the first 20 minutes to half an hour he scored, fizzled out after that. Enda Stevens was better than he was against Armenia the other day, but I'm still giving him a 5. I might have given him a 4 against Armenia, I can't remember, but I'm giving him a 5 this time around. There was moments, but he just, he's struggling to get into the game at the moment, and I don't think he's a bad player. I still think he's a really good player, but he's just at a left wing back. I think maybe start McLean for the next one, or else bring in Ryan Manning, who again was left out of the squad, which I think was a bit nuts, to be honest with you. Questions have to be kind of asked from Stephen Kenny's point of view as well. I don't think fans are too pleased with how open we are on things. Jeff Hendrick, I'm actually gonna give him a 5, but I thought he was better than he was against Armenia, so I'm gonna give him a 5 there. But you guys can let me know what you think on that. I just thought some of the ball he gave into Robinson was a really good ball. We should have had a penalty from that bit of play. I thought there was moments like that, and then there was other moments where he was actually defending quite well. But then as the game went on, he just kind of fizzled out. Maybe I might bump him up to a 5.5 for the ball to Robinson. And I probably could have got a 6 if it was a penalty, because it would have maybe counted as an assist. But I'm just going to give him a 5 this time around. Josh Cullen, I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was everywhere, and I thought he was doing his best to try and get us playing, but once it kind of got past him, there's not much he could have done. He was receiving the ball, he was breaking up play, he was doing what he normally does. He was, covering every blade of grass. Sorry. I just thought, he was a 6. It's hard to give anyone more than that. I thought Jason Knight was good as well. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Started really brightly, got a good few early chances, and he was a real attacking threat early on, but couldn't seem to score the goal that probably would have justified his performance. He got the Carlsberg Man of the match off the FAI, but that seems to be the most token gesture of a trophy to win, or a man of the match to win. I thought Collins should have got it myself, and most people sitting around me thought Collins should have got it. And so I'm gonna give him a 6.5. I thought he was probably our best attacking player. But then again, the way we've been playing attacking wise, we just don't look like Knight was the best player of the front three. If you want to call it front three, or you know what I mean. We had 2 attacking midfielders behind Robinson. I thought Shadozy had a poor game again. There was moments where he looked good, and his decision making let him down. So I'm gonna give him a 5. Just looks like he's carried a knock or something. I don't know what it is at the moment. He just looks like he's carried a knock. So I'm giving him a 5. I hope he can get back to the levels that we saw him against Portugal and Luxembourg and so on, which made us all think how good he was going to be. But he just seems to have gone backwards a little bit just this international break. I don't know whether that's the end of the season. Maybe that could be the factor. I don't know. But I'm going to give him a 5. Robinson, I'm giving a 5 to as well. I thought it was moments where he looked good and he was good, but the longer the game went on, he fizzled out. So I'm going to give him that. Then the substitutes. So I haven't got much to say on Robinson. He probably should have had a penalty. Then the subs. Darragh O'Shea came on for John Eagan. It was just like for like. I'd probably give Darragh I don't know. I'll give him a 6. He didn't really do anything wrong. He didn't do anything that stood out. But again, he's for John Eagan. He's he's a warrior, but he's also very good on the ball. And I don't think a 6. I don't think he was at fault for anything. Do you know what I mean? Then what other subs have we got? We had the treble sub then in the 69th minute, and we had Obafemi came on. I actually thought Obafemi livened up the game a bit, so I'm going to give Obafemi a 6.5. I thought he actually looked lively. He nearly set up a goal. It was a ball out on the right and in swinger. And I think Jason Knight got on the end of it and just fired over. Probably should have scored. So I'll give Obafemi a 6.5. James McLean, again, another game we kind of struggled to get into, but at the same time, he wasn't given much service. And you could probably say that Enda Stevens wasn't given much service either. So I'll give McLean 5.5. Alan Brown, I'm going to give a 4. I don't think he was very good. I haven't got much to say about him. There was that one moment where we needed to be on the counter attack, and Bailey Books and Sports says O'Shea was a 3. Okay, interesting. I'm going to be watching the game back anyway, so I'll be doing the final word with Gary tomorrow. So I am looking down here at my phone for all the players just for going back through them. But I just thought Alan Brown, when we were going on the counter attack for towards the end, and he put that ball out of play, and it was the most basic, and it was a crucial time where we needed to get on it. And I'm not just saying just because of that, but it's probably not his position either to play right wing back. I know he played it a few times for Preston, but 4 for me for Alan Brown. CJ Hamilton, I'm going to give a 6 to. I thought he was direct and lively, and probably has put himself in contention to start the next game because the other lads had been so poor. So that's my player ratings. Obafemi and Hamilton for me look like they have to start against Scotland. O'Shea will probably start against Scotland, and Nathan Collins without doubt has to start if he's still fit against Scotland as well. But I'm not looking forward to this game. The more I watch this team and the selections, I'm getting worried. The more this goes on without wins, Stephen Kenny's just going to be, accused of being the wrong manager. So there's so many different factors that it's getting tough now to be a defender of Stephen Kenny, and do you know what I mean? Like, we had the good period there, the last number of games. I think it was the last 8 games before the Nations League, and from the Serbia game onwards, we were really good. But again, it comes down to the same old factors. Is that we're comparing a lot of players to the players that we had a few years back, and we're expecting the same results from players who are playing not at the same level. Our most highest performing player this season was Seamus Coleman at Everton. Again, he was out today. Then our other big players were out. Matt Doherty as well. And then Nathan Collins, I think it was next in line after Seamus, actually, in terms of players who were in the Premier League playing. So you're kind of looking at that and you're going, right, okay, Collins, he does look like someone who can be an asset to a Premier League side for sure. But it's coming to a stage now, I think Baz says it in the comments, we're really missing Anthony Barry. That could be a factor as well, because when he was there, things were looking good, and then when he left, we're not. But it begs the question, where do we go from here in terms of, do we stick with this formation or do we go against it? It'll be interesting to see what kind of way he sets up now. I just think with the 3-5-2, it works well when you've got pacey wing backs, and when he's had Matt Doherty maybe on one wing, and I don't know, Ryan Manning. I thought Ryan Manning done well against Lithuania when he played there in the last game when Troy Parrott scored before the Nations League kicked off. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? I don't know. I'm jumping off. I'm wrecked, and it's hard for me to keep making content and trying to remain positive when we're losing games. And I think the record at the moment is that with Stephen Kenny, with this Ireland team haven't won a Nations League game yet, and we're in the same bracket as Northern Ireland, San Marino, I think the Faroes as well, who all haven't won a game. To still be put in that category is abysmal, and we need to get out of it fast. And Stephen Kenny has 2 games now to save his job. As much as I like Stephen Kenny, and I think he's a nice man, I think he's a gentleman, but that doesn't give you a right to not be criticised. And I think when you're coming into a game where Armenia we should have won, and this game was against the second string Ukraine side, and I've defended Stephen Kenny to the hills, but it's getting harder when the results stay like this. It's getting harder to get behind him and trust in him that he's going to deliver the results. As I say, I like the man, and I don't like to be coming on here and shitting on him. And I'm not really. I'm being very realistic, and I think I'm being very level-headed with it. I know there's a lot of people in the comments that are either totally pro Kenny or totally against Kenny again. That this whole argument's going to rear its head again. But we're at the stage now where we just need to start winning games. and I don't mean drawing games, we really need to win the next game. We need to win against Scotland, or it's going to be serious pressure on the Ukraine game away, which I think in all likelihood I think we'll draw that game. If there's a lot riding on it, I think we'll draw that game. I think it'll just be really defensive. But I think the Saturday against Scotland, I think it's a game where I think the fans need to play their part as well. I think they probably will, but I think it's something that we need to get behind. And it's just getting tough to keep making content and trying to remain positive and trying to hope that the result's going to come soon. And then, and I've been having arguments with people online, and Kenny's not the right man and stuff like that, and I was like, give him time and stuff like that. But as time is going on, it's proven them right rather than me. So I hope that changes soon and we just start winning games, because we all love seeing the team doing well. We all love when the team and the fans are in good form. It makes for great days out and great nights out. But at the moment, it's we're coming away from games and we're losing by the odd goal. It's going back to that old thing during COVID where, we concede a goal and that was it. You never saw us scoring other than a Shane Duffy chance, and it was kind of similar like that tonight. But as long as our players aren't playing at club level and we're relying on players that aren't playing at club level, I think it's going to continue to be like that. So look, let's just hope that we can see a few changes on Saturday against Scotland. I apologise for all the noise in the background. My dog is just wrecking my head there. So I'm doing this live, so that's live TV for you. But look, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all our other videos, our after match reaction live from the game, Gary's 3 talking points, and listen, really appreciate you all getting involved in the comments, and really appreciate everyone who I met tonight at the game and came up and gave us compliments to the channel and said that they really liked our work. So that was really nice to hear. It put a bit of a positive on a very bad night. But thanks for that. And look, I'll speak to you soon. I'm honestly wrecked.